preparing them for my YouTube Cromotor unboxing video. I've already opened 5. This is the last one. I got these in from Zagreb, Croatia today. It took about 2 weeks, including the Christmas and New Year's holiday in there. I got these from Zelena Vozila. I was put into contact with Vladimir Stemkovic from Jeremy Wolf of Greyborg USA, telling him that I needed some extra wide axles because my dropouts are, this is 190 millimeter dropouts. A couple of my bikes have 190 millimeter dropouts, and I needed that to fit exactly perfectly in the 190 millimeter dropouts. And also I need the axle to be wider. This axle is a total length of 268 millimeters, so that I have room for my axle nuts, my Grin Technologies torque arm, which is a 1/4 inch, my bike frame. And I didn't want to use any spacers. For other e-bikes I've used washers, nuts, 1/2 inch nuts. I just wanted the 190 millimeter dropout for 190 millimeter dropout frame. The frame this is going in is a Design Logic from Lance Portnoff in Philadelphia, who is an excellent frame builder. And this motor is a standard Cromotor. I believe it's 4-turn, 50 millimeter magnet, 36 holes. I'll be using 12 gauge spokes to lace this into a Surly rolling Darrell, which is a 26 inch, obviously 36 hole, 82 millimeter wide aluminum rim. My local bike shop is gonna do the wheel build for me. He's done a lot of them before. He charged me about $95 using those 12 gauge spokes that I get from Holmes Hobby. Use a spoke calculator online and calculate the spoke length, and the spokes cost about $2 each, and John Rob Holmes cuts them to just the right length, so that when my local bike shop does a wheel build, the 12 gauge spokes go right in there. You can also use 10 gauge spokes, which I thought about doing, but I've had the heavy fast e-bikes before, and the 12 gauge is working fine. So what we have here is 10 millimeter standard axle flat for bicycle. This is a standard bicycle freewheel threads. I think any bicycle freewheel or cassette, most that you would pick are going to thread right on here with no problem. I'll be using a D&P Epic 30 to 11 tooth 7-speed freewheel, which are commonly available. They only cost about $30. My e-bike usually goes about 35 miles an hour, so I always have it in high gear. I'm going to run this at 72 volts with a Sabaton 72 volt 150 max amp version, which can be sourced from Greyborg USA, or if he's out of stock, you can get them from Sabaton directly from China, as long as you make sure that that controller has a regen feature. Here's the brake side. I'm going to use Avid mechanical disc brakes with 200 millimeter rotors. Looks like I'm going to need a spacer. Zelena Vozila offered to send me some free spacers, and I may take them up on that, or I may just make my own spacers so that my brake rotor can set on there, because it's kind of a tight fit between for the caliper. Caliper will generally be pretty close to the motor there. I'll figure out the rotor spacing later. 23 pounds. Each motor ran me $700 plus $60 shipping. I don't know if I got a quantity discount, but it was very nice to deal with Zelena Vozila. I wired the money to him. I was never worried about anything. The trackable insured shipping required a signature. Maybe 6 weeks from the time I first emailed Greyborg USA to the time I received these. They were in transit about 2 weeks. And I don't know what else to say. Heavy motor. Did I already say I run 72 volts? Did I already say about the volts? I run 72 volts. Sometimes when I'm cruising conservatively, I'm using 25 amps. Sometimes when I'm accelerating hard, I'll do up to 80 amps for 2 or 4 seconds or less. Usually when I go on a bike ride, I won't see more than 45 amps. This can handle it very easily. My bikes that I have now, I had 40 millimeter magnets, and they were heating up. The motor was getting about 108 degrees Celsius after about 6 miles, so I need more copper. So this has 25% more copper to handle the heat better. And there it is.